Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Nosferatu has had its premiere, which means we're getting our first reviews, and they sound very, very promising. Really, really excited for this film. Robert Eggers, no matter what you think of him, it's going to be something interesting and unique at the very least. I think Nosferatu is a film which lends itself really well for Robert Eggers' kind of auteur vision that he typically brings to the films that he directs. So let's take a look at this. Hit subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy videos like this. And if you're a returning subscriber and you want to support me further, please do hop down below and check out my Patreon. Anyway, let's check this out. So, there was an interview as well, by the way, Vanity Fair. There was a recent interview with Vanity Fair, which I haven't taken a look at specifically because we've got a good clip here from all of this. But there was also a really good coverage on Deadline, which we'll take a look at in a minute as well. But here's some of it. So here's an excerpt from the interview with Vanity Fair, where he just discussed Count Orlok's appearance, played by the fantastic Bill Skarsgård. So he says, this Orlok is more of a folk vampire than any other film version. That means he's a dead person. And he's not like, I look great, I'm dead. Folk vampires in some ways are more visually similar to zombies. The reason why he looks the way he looks and he dresses the way he's dressed is because for the first time in a Dracula or Nosferatu story, this guy looks like a dead Transylvanian nobleman. Every single thing he's wearing, down to the heels on his shoes, is what he would have worn. That's never been done. That sounds great to me. That sounds brilliant. So, yeah, good. Very, very good. Obviously, we've not seen any leaks or anything like that with respect to what he actually fully looks like. We just caught glimpses here and there. But here's some of the reactions. Here's the reviews. It's from Clayton Davies. Says, Nosferatu is paralyzingly... I'll scroll this down. Paralyzingly fearfully realised under the vision of writer and director Robert Eggers. Dude is just clearing his throat in cinema. He hasn't yet begun to sing, and I'm digging all of his numbers. Bill Skarsgård is menacing, whilst Lily Rose Depp is haunting. Every movie gets automatically upgraded simply because Willem Dafoe is in it. An artisan wet dream, gorgeous and horrifically brilliant. I'm a fan. That sounds great. That sounds absolutely brilliant to me. Germaine Lucier says, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is a knockout, gory, creepy, propulsive, with a hint of devilish humour. Lily Rose Depp is fantastic as the woman at the centre of it all, and Bill Skarsgård's vampire is wholly unique and grounded. Not my favourite Eggers, but excellent nonetheless. Interesting. Nosferatu, I'd be interested to see what he thinks his favourite Eggers is then. Nosferatu displays Robert Eggers' visionary creativity. Lily Rose Depp is superb. Willem Dafoe is having a blast. A major below-the-line player. Could it crack BP Best Picture? Rose Depp has a shot in packed supporting actress race. So they're already touting it for Oscar nominations. We have this one here. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu goes harder than any other horror film this year. Holy fuck. A gorgeous grotesquerie of dread-infused terrors and a divine dark delight. Bill Skarsgård's Count Orlok is pure sinister nightmare fuel. Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Holt's best work to date. And that's quite big praise because Nicholas Holt has become a great actor. Nosferatu incorporates breathtaking homages to Monod's masterpiece with thoughtful thematic artistry. Robin Carolan's haunting compositions, Jarin Blaschke's painterly cinematography, and Craig Lothrop's inspired production design augment its frightful atmospheric allure. Some of the screen grabs from this look amazing, actually. Some of these I had not seen before. Arise, Nosferatu. Devilishly bloody and grotesque, superbly crafted film, and great sound design coupled with a haunting score. Lily Rose Depp's performance is thoroughly gripping, and Robert Eggers delivers a perfect remake. And this one here, relatively confident that Robert Eggers' Nosferatu has more writhing sweatily in bed than any other movie ever made. Complimentary. Joe Blow, our own blah blah blah, says Nosferatu is a stunning work of gothic horror. Beautiful performances throughout. However, Lily Rose Depp is simply luminous, and Bill Skarsgård brings terror to the screen, yet wraps it all in a layered character. Gorgeous and captivating, Robert Eggers' latest is chilling while still creating a bold and startling new vision of this iconic tale. Eggers has not only made what could be his best feature, it's one of this year's finest films. Unforgettable. That sounds great, man. These are all very, very good reviews. There's nothing negative. After a few months, I can finally share I love Nosferatu. It further crystallizes Eggers' exploration of evil as an elemental force, as inherent to existence as desire, emerging from the same divinity as kindness. It's so inextricable from us. Fighting it demands great sacrifice. Excited I finally get to talk about Nosferatu, as it is a breathtaking masterpiece and my favourite film of 2024. Meticulously directed and featuring incredible performances from the entire cast, Robert Eggers casts an intoxicating spell with his haunting take on this timeless tale. No joke, I was in tears for the final 15 minutes of this film. It hit me that hard. I've loved everything from Robert Eggers thus far, but Nosferatu is his magnum opus. This one immediately imprinted itself in my heart and soul. I loved it so freaking much. Here's some more. Robert Eggers digs deep into the native soil beneath Nosferatu and Dracula, finding the gruesome yet perversely alluring core of the creature's appeal. He also transforms the vampire story into a Jungian tragedy and one of the most achingly beautiful films this year. And that's it, really. I don't think there was any others that have sort of popped up. Oh, there's this one. Nosferatu is a hypnotic psychosexual nightmare. Lily Rose Depp gives a show-stopping performance bolstered by a fantastic Nicholas Hoult. Bill Skarsgård is incredible and unrecognisable as Count Orlok, his take drawing more from the perverted romance of this dark fable. Oh, there is actually more, sorry. Robert Eggers continues his impressive streak of crafting highly detailed and transportive period films with Nosferatu, one of the best seductively macabre films ever made. Lily Rose gives every ounce of her body and soul to this eye-popping performance of tormented possession, while the overall portrayal of Count Orlok is so utterly compelling every moment he's on screen that his presence lingers even when he's not. Bill Skarsgård's dark, alluring performance, the grotesque makeup, atmospheric sound design, Jarin Blaschke's spellbinding cinematography, and Robin Carolan's haunting score all come together to reimagine a gothic classic, culminating in a breathtaking final shot that sent chills through my body as I left the theatre. Cannot wait to succumb to the darkness all over again. I mean, yeah, man. It's sounding very, very positive. Take a look. I don't think there's that much more. I say that, but there seems to be. Here, you know, surpasses the hype as Eggers delivers a wickedly sinister reimagining of the iconic legend. A deeply chilling nightmare that lingers. If you love the horny fever dream of Coppola's Dracula, you'll adore this. Lily Rose Depp is astounding. Easily one of this year's best. Oh, there is some more. I mean, it sounds brilliant. Nosferatu is unfiltered Robert Eggers. He's a good match for the material which he allows to breathe in a way that may test impatient audience members, but rewards those willing to get on his wavelength. Gross and weird, but also classically haunting. This kind of film doesn't lend itself to being a wham bam thank you ma'am. Like, it does actually need to have a drawn out pace. Like, it's just kind of what has to happen. Nobody should be surprised that Nosferatu is incredible. Robert Eggers is a force of nature and the best horror filmmaker working today. Couple that with the fact that I think the Witch is the best horror film of the last couple of decades. December can't come soon enough. I mean, it's massively positive. All of it is positive. Yeah, this sounds great. And so there was a Q&A, post-screening Q&A, funnily enough, with Del Toro and Eggers. And so they just went into a little bit of a discussion about it, basically. Said Lily did tons and tons and tons of body work with her. So that was interesting. So there was a choreographer for doing that. A lot of people have wondered if some of that stuff is CGI enhanced, but she did all of that stuff physically. So any bodywork you see in this movie, it's all legit body stuff. The exact details of the plot are still under wraps, but Depp and Holt are joined in the cast by Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Emma Corrin, blah, 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 blah. And, yes, quote, I did it Hammer Horror style, where they're British, even though they're in Germany, Eggers said. I like that, that's cool. This sounds brilliant. Eggers says, I'm obsessed with the past. I don't exactly know why, but it seems to be the way I like to explore where we are and where we're going is by going backwards. And I think if I weren't making films, I'd probably be like an archaeologist. So, in terms of how they made Count Orlok, Eggers said he began to think, okay, so what would a dead Transylvanian nobleman actually look like? What would his hairstyle be? Apparently he has to have a mustache. Well, that's good. When Bill first saw the bust of his character, he was like, this guy didn't look like me when he was alive, and he was pretty intimidated. But as soon as he put it on, I saw the moment when he was inspired by the makeup and knew that he could do something with it. Apparently there's 5,000 real rats in this film. So basically if there's rats in the foreground, they're real, and then they thin out and become CG rats in the background, and they were well trained. Huh. Apparently rats are not massively incontinent, actually. I've had pet rats before. This sounds great. Almost every interior is built, apparently, as well. This sounds great. I'm really excited for this. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, like I said, do hit subscribe. Support me further via Patreon. Take care. Bye-bye now.